The DAZN curse continues. Jorge Linares tests positive for the Rona. His fight with Javier Fortuna likely canceled. We're going to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. More bad news. Jorge Linares looks like he has tested positive. It says, my developing story from Tokyo as Jorge Linares tests positive for the 19. Scheduled August 28th, so later this month, clash with Javier Fortuna is now in question as event handlers still gathering more details before making official determination. Wow. Now, the one thing I don't understand is if he's tested positive, the fight's over. The fight was supposed to be at the end of this month, August. Right now it's August 7th. There's no way that the fight will be allowed to continue. And even if it was some type of false positive or something, it just seems like a risk where you wouldn't want to put in the potentially sick person in an event. So it looks like the fight is getting scrapped. Very, very disappointing news. I think that was probably one of the better fights, if not the best. I'm trying to think about all the fights that are happening in August, but I was definitely looking forward to Jorge Linares versus Javier Fortuna, as you guys see, which is a little bit weird, but Linares Fortuna was supposed to be for a WBC lightweight diamond belt. The reason I believe that to be weird is you have Devin Haney, who's the WBC champion, and then they were talking about making Teofimo Lopez also at lightweight in a unification with Lomachenko, and that would have been for Lomachenko. Well, actually, Lomachenko's WBC franchise belt is non-transferable, meaning even if Teofimo were to have beaten Lomachenko, he wouldn't acquire that belt. So it's not really an undisputed fight. The franchise champion is ridiculous in boxing, because how is there a belt out there that you're not a retired fighter and you're still actively fighting, but no one can win your belt? You know, that sounds foolish, right? But that would have been a third WBC belt in the lightweight division. And the weird thing with the WBC is they posted this 3 hours ago and it says Linares Fortuna, but this news broke early this morning, and it seems like they're not even familiar with this. So it's weird that the WBC, who was sanctioning this fight, hasn't been informed of this adverse, 19 test. Man, that DAZN curse is a monster. I wish a speedy recovery to Jorge Linares. Very unfortunate. I was looking forward to this fight, but the DAZN curse continues. We can't have nothing good, I guess, with DAZN. It's becoming really hard to justify the $20 a month price point. Fights that people are anticipating keep falling apart. Sanisi Estrada, her opponent fell apart, and then they put her in there with the girl who had a padded record, basically 5-0 from fighting people off the streets and, strippers. That's what the reports later suggest. And it's no wonder that Estrada had a 7-second knockout, because she was in there with someone that Golden Boy put her in. And I'm not blaming her, but she was in there with who her promoter Golden Boy put her in there with. But clearly that girl shouldn't have been in the ring, with a high class 18-0 fighter like Estrada. So that's one card. On that same card, they had Hector Tanarea versus Mercita Hesta, who Linares has fought in the past, right? And that was the co-feature. That got canceled off of that. This is the Virgil Ortiz card with Samuel Vargas, which wasn't even a big fight because, Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, and Errol Spence had already beaten Samuel Vargas. So your co-feature got eliminated because a guy got food poisoning, they said, the night before. And then they just moved Shane Mosley Jr., which was, it was like a slower paced fight, and there was no crazy knockouts or anything. And they moved that to the top. And then now Golden Boy's second card, or one of their, upcoming cards, another one. It's just like, this is looking like kind of top ranked summer series. So, this Rona is a real problem. And look, I seen this picture the other day, and Linares he's looking in shape, so it's unfortunate. And it's crazy, this virus, how people are training unbeknownst to them that they have this, because he looks like he's in killer shape. So it looks like he's training hard, you know what I mean? And he doesn't even know that he's, has this, so there's a lot of people who are asymptomatic and whatnot. But bad news for DAZN, bad news for Golden Boy. Canelo's opponent still hasn't been announced, nor Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was supposed to be on a 48-hour deadline with Luke Campbell per the WBC, none of which has happened. This fight for the WBC, it's chaotic, it's hectic, and this pandemic is running through schedules. Now, I do have to give credit to PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, and Showtime, because they seem to have more of a game plan in terms of these situations. Like, who is Javier Fortuna? Likely he's not going to fight someone equivalent to Jorge Linares, if he even fights anyone, but it's not going to be someone as good of a fight as Linares. I can almost guarantee you. The reason I say that is because the Linares fight, you probably would have already had the backup, right? Like, again, this is why I'm giving credit to Showtime. It says Alantez Fox on standby for Showtime's Benavidez Angulo main event. So Mikhail Fox isn't the only member of his family who's on standby. So he's on standby for a card this weekend. And then his brother, Alantez Fox, who Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade had previously faced, he's on standby, already trained for a fight. And they're going to move him up to the main event slot should anything happen with David Benavidez versus Romer Angulo fight, right? A serious puncher. Meanwhile, Top Rank and Golden Boy and Eddie Hearn, they haven't really seemed to have a sufficient game plan in place for these test fails and stuff like that. Like when Gerald Miller failed a drug test on Top Rank, his fight they just replaced it. They had to search for somebody for Jerry Forrest. No backup plan. And they had a couple of like a lot, Jamel Herring, Michaela Mayer. These fights all just fell off, They just got canceled off the card. Eddie Hearn had, his own issue with his card in Tulsa, Oklahoma, his first American card. This fighter has a throat infection or something, Julio Cesar Martinez. So they just elevate the co-feature to the main event. Now, the worst thing is it's going to be worse as this goes on for DAZN, which I predicted, than some of these other companies. You know why? Because DAZN is charging the highest price point. Top Rank, their shows are on ESPN or ESPN Plus, which ESPN Plus at best is $4.99. Regular ESPN is on, most people's basic cable packages. Same thing with Showtime. It doesn't cost the same rate, right? So to charge $20 a month and then your best fight, upcoming fight, Linares versus Fortuna, is likely canceled, that's going to be hard. Plus the Cecilia Braekhus fight getting elevated because that main event got canceled. They're going to have to figure out and put systems in place because that DAZN curse is looking ugly around these times. So it's shocking. It seems like Showtime's the only one and PBC doing it right by having the replacement. And I'm sure it's probably because there's an added cost to keep people on standby and keep them waiting or whatever. But, you can figure it out or put them on the card. So regardless, they have someone to fight. So you're on standby for a bigger opportunity, but you're already on the card. It doesn't seem like these systems are in place. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. More bad news for DAZN, Golden Boy. I wish a speedy recovery to Linares, because this is seriously, scary times, and people are getting sick and they don't even know it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, Yes, it's up to my promoter. Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All 3 apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.